One of the most interesting things you'll find while studying the Beatles is that compared to many other bands at the time, their evolution was quite strange. When you take a look at most rock bands of the 60s and even the 70s, you'll see that their growth mostly consisted in applying their sound to whatever the current trend might be. Of course, bands like the Rolling Stones, The Who, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and many more had major influence in the music scene at the time, but the Beatles, they were different. Instead of adapting their sound to a trend, they created the trends. They took genres like Baroque, folk, and psychedelia and made them mainstream, most of the time with nothing more than a single release. But that's only half of it really, because the true greatness of the Beatles came in the fact that after every innovation, every new genre they created, they immediately moved to the next one. Take a look at Rubber Soul for example, a folk rock masterpiece that changed the sound of the band completely. They received unanimous praise by the critics, and instead of capitalizing on that sound with a similar album, they made two of the most important psychedelic albums of all time. And after Revolver and Sgt. Pepper were seen as examples of the modern album because of their continuity, they released the White Album, completely abandoning the idea of a cohesive album. To me, it's more than clear that the boys simply wanted to continuously create new forms of music, and in the process they created the most diverse discography of the 60s. It's been more than 50 years now, and since then many have followed a similar path, but the Beatles were still the first ones to treat their music as a project that constantly welcomed change. So just in case you needed another reason to believe they were the best to ever do it, there it is.